Once they got back into the home, it seems that the three stayed together overnight. At some point, Jacob and Tanya robbed him and attacked him while he was standing in the bathroom. Tanya held him down while Jacob beat him with a dumbbell, which resulted in his death. Still, he was further stabbed 25 times in the upper chest afterward, and even shot 4 times, 2 of the shots being in the head. They left his body there in the bathroom where they continued with their plans. Tanya had been active in talking on Discord throughout a good portion of this time. A friend named Paige Ferguson was active in the chat when Tanya revealed something truly horrifying, something that wasn't even related to the murder. Tanya admitted that she and Jacob had killed and skinned their dog, the one they seemed to dote on so much. They said that this was done in order to use the dog's pelt in one of their fursuits. Ultimately, it seems like this wasn't even their first rodeo when it came to such acts. Another confirmed source who knew the couple but wished to remain anonymous later came out to tell the media that this kind of thing had happened other times as well. The couple had admitted to adopting animals from rescue centers, killing them, and using their fur in other suits they had sold online. It seems that nobody had thought they were serious until this incident. When this friend came to completely freak out about the killing of the dog, Tanya came to confess the current ongoing murder plot to the same friend as well, saying, "If you think that is strange, I'm sitting next to a dead body." Tanya then took pictures of the man's corpse in the bathroom and sent them to this friend. She said that they had been in the home with the victim's body for about 10 hours now, and were now going to put the body in the refrigerator and steal the victim's car, adding that this was, in her words, handed to her on a silver platter. She bragged, saying, "I am now officially a psychopath." While admitting to murder and killing their pet was all fine and dandy in their minds, Tanya seemed reluctant to admit that they had posted a Craigslist ad looking for sex, instead telling the friend that they had requested a ride to California instead. Tanya then continued to tell this friend that it would be both her first and last time in prison, and that she felt she could hold her own. When it came to killing her own beloved dog, she said that she didn't care. She was only upset that now she would lose his pelt and wouldn't be able to turn it into a fursuit. Tanya then said that they were debating on hiding the man's body somewhere in California. Tanya ended the conversation by telling Paige not to tell anyone about this unless it came out on the news, in which case she insisted that Paige tell everyone about what had happened. Paige didn't listen, saying, "That's not something I can hold, I have to tell the police, and at that point that's not even snitching. Tanya killed somebody and enjoyed it." Paige went to the Spring Valley Area Command in order to notify the police about what had happened in person, showing them Tanya's messages and the images of the body that she had been sent. She relayed the killing of the dog that she had been told about earlier on in the day as well. The police, seeing that this was all clearly real, made their way out to the home on the 2200 block of North Colebrook Street at around 5 p.m. to investigate. The police set up surveillance around the home, and it wasn't long before they saw Jacob and Tanya leaving the house and hopping into the victim's car. As soon as they left, the police pretended as if they were performing a routine traffic stop on the car. To their surprise, Jacob blabbed and told them that their victim's body was in the bathroom of the home they had just left pretty immediately upon being asked a couple of questions. The officers took the two of them aside and made their way into the home themselves. There they found the victim's body in the bathroom just as it was said to be. At first, Jacob said that he was very upset that the victim had tried to kiss Tanya, which led to the murder, acting as if that would be a justifiable reason for him beating him to death in his bathroom. When that didn't seem to bring the police to his side, he said that the victim had tried to touch her thigh. That similarly didn't persuade them. Jacob continued to maintain that he had beaten, stabbed, and shot the man in retaliation for touching Tanya's leg. He admitted that the man was completely unarmed, though. When realizing that this wasn't a good look, he said that the victim had punched him, leading to him shooting himself in self-defense with a gun that Tanya had bought from a pawn shop. However, it wasn't too long before the couple actually started admitting to everything honestly. Tanya fully admitted that the whole thing was pre-planned. She told the police how they had created the Craigslist ad in order to lure the victim in with promises of sex so that they could kill him, steal his car, and go live in the woods together. She said that, once they had the victim alone at his home, Tanya distracted him while Jacob opened fire on him with a gun. Still, this wasn't completely honest, as the autopsy showed that the beating was the actual cause of death. Eventually, the police were able to get Tanya to admit that she didn't distract him. She had fully participated by holding him down. With all of that, Jacob and Tanya were taken to the Clark County Detention Center and held on numerous charges. They were looking at charges of murder with a deadly weapon, conspiracy to commit murder, robbery with a deadly weapon, and conspiracy to commit robbery. Their prospects were not looking good. Tanya, having recently decided to start going by the name Vincent and using male pronouns on Discord and Twitter, was irate at the fact that the news referred to her as Tanya Dillard. From custody, she demanded the police tell them to use he/him pronouns and change the articles to use the name Vincent instead. Many were confused as to why this was even a point of contention, as Tanya used all pronouns online, she, they, and he, and had gone by a myriad of different names all at once. Surprisingly, Tanya wasn't even the only one who took great offense to this. Paige Ferguson, the friend who Tanya had admitted the crimes to, came out in her defense as well. While originally Paige was fully concerned with the murder and the trauma that resulted from seeing the pictures, that quickly came to change when the usage of pronouns became a huge ordeal. Paige came to speak to the media, also demanding the correct usage of pronouns, demanding changes by saying, despite what the problematic article states, their pronouns were he/him. While a few news articles out there did go back and swap Tanya with Vincent and change up the pronoun usage, most news outlets didn't even acknowledge the whole debacle and it died down pretty quickly. This is partly because Paige and Tanya simply stopped bringing it up, but it is mostly because the whole case really disappeared from the public conscious just as quickly as it came up. After the article speaking of the couple's arrest, basically no follow-up articles relating as to what happened after their arrest were ever written, and it's quite hard to find details about how their trials played out or what happened to them afterwards. Luckily, we do know a few of the basic details about the outcome. For one, we do know that they came to fully admit to killing their victim and to killing and skinning their dog. With that, we also know their pleas. 2 years after their arrest, Jacob pled guilty to first-degree murder, although he said guilty but mentally ill to be specific. He was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 20 years, plus a consecutive minimum sentence of 8 years. He was given credit for time served when it came to the time he had already been in jail. Tanya, on the other hand, was let off much more lightly. It isn't clear as to why exactly this was, but one can assume that it's because she held the victim down instead of delivering the killing blows. It's also possible that Tanya was able to bring receipts of much more serious mental health problems. Regardless, she pled guilty to charges of second-degree murder with a deadly weapon enhancement. She was sentenced to 37 years in prison. Tanya is currently serving her sentence at the Florence McClure Women's Correctional Center, while Jacob is serving his time at the Lovelock Correctional Center. Only time will tell when it comes to whether or not they will be released. These days, they're mainly remembered as the crazy couple of furries who used real animals to make their suits. Some people remember them in a sense of horror, while others see them as more of a joke. Most people see them as a good combination of both.
Ouch.
Once again, thank you for watching my video. If you found it interesting, please give it a like, it really helps me out in the algorithm, and feel free to subscribe if you want to see more content like this. These days I have opened a merch store. There you can buy yourself some merchandise like t-shirts and things like that you can buy. If you want, go ahead and follow me on social media. If you ever need to get a hold of me or if anything happens to the channel, that's the best way to go about it. I also really appreciate when people subscribe to my Patreon. There you can get videos early, ad-free, and uncensored. Channel memberships are up too, and you can get most of the same benefits there as well. Once again, this has been your host Kyle. Thank you, and good night.
This water is pure delight. Fetch me their soul. Hell has sent it down. You cannot take that which is not yours.
And the Winnipeg Jets win the Stanley Cup in year number 3. No! Nail Yakupov! Calder... Kosa? What? A goalie? He's 25! How do you give a 25-year-old rookie... Yeah, that's not right. Okay, whoa. He's got, okay, I'll take it. 1T and quick pick. A defensive power forward who can also play on the power play. All right, two-way defender, top 4, 76 overall. An X Factor. Unstoppable. You know what? It's something. Will it go through? Bang, baby. That is a good trade, I think, for the Calgary Flames and for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Bang. The newest member of the Calgary Flames, Shane Pinto. Welcome to Calgary, buddy. Sharangovich, Haskins, Brustovitz for Andrei Svechnikov. Will it go through? Bang! GM Superbman is loading up for year number 4. Cole Sillinger has extended for the next 5 years, so he's got 6 years. He's on the same run as Cale Makar. He is on this team. Come on, baby. And he's here for the next 9 years. He wants to play in Calgary. All right, Calgary, we are back, and it's time to start up our year 4 season simulation with your Calgary Flames. We're live streaming right now on Kick, on Twitch, and on YouTube, and my scouts have helped me go through all the lineups and prepare for year number 4. Now, I'm a little bit worried about this season, right? I want to make the playoffs. I feel like when we're in the playoffs, our simulation takes on a completely different form. But last year, I mean, we won our division, but we didn't have a great regular season. We could have missed. I'm hoping that with my acquisitions, we're that much better of a simulating team. But I was thinking that Brady Mears was going to grow to an 88 overall. I thought Tija Ginla would be 86, 87, right? So where's the offense going to come from this team? It's going to be a weird season. Hopefully it's no problem, and I'm going to be very active on our line changes. So the fans decided Jonathan Huberdeau with Brady Mears as our first line center, and there's Andrei Svechnikov. I got Svechnikov in there for body checking, which equals takeaways, so I'm hoping that first line is just a great defensive first line. They got the +5. We'll see what happens. Second line, you got Tija Ginla with Cole Silly. Both these guys have locked up long-term now, and Ethan Belshea. Now, the reason we got Ethan Belshea on the second line is that chemistry. He instantly gives chemistry with Cole Sillinger and Tija Ginla at +3. But if we're losing games and the second line's not looking great, I'm going to move up either Jake Neighbors or Connor Azaris, something. But for right now, we're going to give the kid a chance. We're going to see if he can win that freaking Calder, right? Third line, Jake Neighbors, Shane Pinto, Connor Azaris, shut down third line. Fourth line, Curtis Boudin, Michael Backlund, our captain, and all the fans once again said, Johnny, you gotta leave the C on Michael Backlund for one more season. It makes sense. At the end of this year, win or lose, we're gonna be moving on from guys like Huberdeau and Uyghur. Backlund will probably retire. So Makar, not yet, buddy. You're not captain yet. And Matt Coronado, fourth line, right wing. Now, people were saying, Johnny, you're wasting this guy. What are you doing playing him all the way back there on the fourth line? I'm going for the Stanley Cup this year. And so what I see is a team filled with depth. I can easily move Coronado up to the second line for Ethan Belshea, but I want to try it out, and we're going to be making an aggressive play at this year's trade deadline. So Coronado and a prospect for an 88 overall player, Coronado and something else for something real good. The Leafs fan with the raid, appreciate it, my man. I'm in YouTube mode though. Hope your stream went well, but we got to focus here on year number 4. So that's what we're doing. We're going to load up with that. Sean Monahan is going to be our center depth injury replacement. We got Andrew Basha, who's going to be in there on the left or right wing. But if we lose games, like I said, I'm going to find him some ice time. Our defenseman, Mackenzie Uyghur with Cale Makar. Simone Nemitz with Michael Matheson, who's dropped off, but he's still got those freaking X Factors. We're going to go with Henry Muse and Kevin Ball. That gives us a +4. But like I said, I will be mixing and matching. Kivi Haru can go in there. We're going to start with Muse. This is going to be an interesting simulation. Power play. Cole Silly, Brady Mears, Tija Ginla, Huberdeau, and Makar. Got to get these guys all the points. The second line power play, we got to get some chemistry going with Pinto and Ethan Belshea. Although his X Factors, they're not really helping out with that chemistry. So the second line power play, not great, but this is where we shine. Look at that penalty kill, man. Cole Silly and Jake Neighbors, Shane Pinto, Connor Zary, Michael Backlund, and Curtis Boudin. There's Curtis Boudin getting a chance. Our penalty kill is all pluses. It's real good. Goaltender, Dustin Wolf, Artur Sheilofs, and that is your year 4 Calgary Flames. AHL squad, we're playing Joe Aginla on the first line, right wing, to see if he can grow at all. And defensively, Orzog and Cheestov. I mean, we've already won twice with the AHL team. I'm just going to let them be in autopilot, right? I've already done the coaching conversations, so we are all good. And just to address a few of your comments, you know, I know you guys weren't huge on the Cole Sillinger trade. I was trying to get Berkeley Catton. I was trying to get Matty Beniers, but those trade values were just way too much. Let's take a look at how good they are now. Yeah, like legit 90 overall players. I would have had to have traded away Ethan Belcher, and I was just not willing to do that. So we found our second line center of the future with Cole Sillinger, and with Andrei Svechnikov. All the comments were saying, Johnny, this guy doesn't simulate very well. You know, it's an upgrade over Igor Sharangovich. He's an 88 overall, and he throws the body check. I didn't bring him in to score 50 goals. I didn't really give up that much. Yes, we gave up not Ethan Belcher. It was Hunter Brustovitz, right? But I feel like he's being replaced with our two young defensemen. And whether it's Haskins or Huskins, those guys really weren't proven. So I'm taking a shot on going for it this year with the Calgary Flames. So with all that being said, let's simulate up to opening night. All right, Calgary, we got the Seattle Kraken to open up year number 4, and I always like to dive into these games to replicate a playoff simulation. I feel like this is when our team comes alive. ×8 simulation up against the Seattle Kraken, right? The team that we didn't make the trade with, whether it was Berkeley Catton, Matty Beniers, Shane Wright. We went with Cole Sillinger. They get an early power play. Our boys end up killing it off. So that's ultimately what the strategy is for the regular season. If we just made it in last year, the acquisitions of Cole Sillinger and Andrei Svechnikov, also our younger players getting slightly better. I'm hoping that that's all the difference we need to maybe not go on autopilot and win the President's Trophy, but comfortably get into the playoffs. As Chandler Stevenson scores, Cole Sillinger in his first game with the Calgary Flames scores to tie it up against the Kraken. Let's go, Cole. Let's go, buddy. Big time goal right there. And we are a defensive team, right? But this is actually the problem we ran into against the Winnipeg Jets, and this is the fear that I had that I was letting you guys know about at the beginning of the video. Mures and Iginla aren't high 80s just yet, so do we have offense? Like, where's the goal scoring going to come from? I hope it's a committee. Oh, Furcus! Who the heck is Furcus? He scores the second goal of the game for the Seattle Kraken. Come on, Calgary. Opening night. We can't have this happen. I'll jump in for the end of the game just to watch this shitty AI one more time. Yeah, we're jumping in. 3 minutes to go. Let's see, can the Flames tie this sucker up? All right, third period. Your Calgary Flames are down by 1. Coordinator, fourth line out there. Oh, Curtis Boudin's in his very first career NHL game. Actually, no, he had 4 last year. Boudin's going to Cord. Oh, that would have been amazing. Get that first line out there. We need that high pressure. We need everyone pushing. All right, the game already knows. Good. So we got Brady Mures to win faceoffs, right? Alongside of him, Jonathan Huberdeau and Andrei Svechnik. Look at him win that faceoff, just straight back. Makar, you idiot! Svechnikov, Mures, bang! And the Calgary Flames tied up late in the third. Svechnikov to Mures. Makar got absolutely torched at the blue line, but you take a hit to make a play. The Flames tie it up on a backhand by Brady Mures. Well, I said, where's our offense going to come from? The young man on the back. And look at that Selly as well in Seattle. Number 66, low blocker. Berkeley Catton is watching that puck go in as well. He wanted to be a Flame, but no. Look at Brady. Look at Brady. Look at that big old whiff on the backhand, and he cuffs the goaltender. What a big goal. What a big moment and a good start to year 4. For your Calgary Flames. Oh, man. Well, it looks like we're going into overtime now. Oh, we are getting a freaking timeout called. Where's Jessica Campbell? Where's the strategies? Oh, my God, Seattle. So they got Catton out there with McCann and, oh, that guy again. Remember K. Gordiev or K. Gorodov. I don't know how to pronounce that name. There goes Montour. 2:30 left in this game, and now it's all tied up. Huberdeau, he's going to get that up to Svech. Let's see what Svech can do. Finds Brady. Mures out to Makar. Makar now turning back. Man, Makar, you had Brady Mures sitting right there. I got to remember that AI. Look at that back check by Brady. What a shit show right now. Get it over to Svech. Svechnikov around the outside. In the middle. Huberdeau on the backhand. Calgary, the Calgary backhanders right now. Can I unshorten the bench at all, EA Sports? I'd like to play my third defensive pairing. Or is that option, once it's locked in forever? Does anybody know? I've never run into that glitch before. A brand new one, man. Once you shorten the bench and you tie the game up, you can't unshorten it, so the fourth liners are just stuck. You can't. I don't think so. All right, so Cole Silly is out there. Tej Ginla, Ethan Belche. Belche is number 61. Let's see. He's huge. Look at Ethan Belche. Oh my God, he's a big man. Go crush him. Go crush him, Belche. Oh, look at him. Milan Lucic 2.0. He's going to be an unbelievable forechecker for us when he gets into the offensive zone. That's going to be good. Matheson going to find Tej. Less than 2 minutes to go. Belche, big man. Belche. Get out of here. Oh, Shane Wright. That's how it's done. Sillinger scores. I don't believe it. Ethan Belche back at you, beast. Take that, Shane Wright. The Calgary Flames, they take the lead in the third. Look at this play. Look at this. Get that. Get the hell out of here. That's my puck. He gave the puck up so that he could clobber the guy and get it back. All right, pairing. Or is that option? Belche back at you, beast. Okay, get out of here. Oh, Shane. He won. Let's see. He's huge. Look at Ethan Belche. Oh, my God. He's a big man. Go crush him. Go crush him, Belche. Oh, look at him. Milan Lucic 2.0. He's going to be an unbelievable forechecker for us when he gets into the offensive zone. That's going to be good. Matheson going to find Tej. Less than 2 minutes to go. Belche, big man. Belche. Get out of here. Oh, Shane Wright. That's how it's done. Sillinger scores. I don't believe it. Ethan Belche back at you, beast. Take that, Shane Wright. The Calgary Flames, they take the lead in the third. Look at this play. Look at this. Get that. Get the hell out of here. That's my puck. He gave the puck up so that he could clobber the guy and get it back. All right, Ethan Belche, you have made it into the hearts and souls of Calgary Flame fans everywhere. They want to see that brand of hockey, man. And Cole Silly gets the goal. Oh, there it is. Roll all 4 lines. There it is. Wow, man. Milan Lucic didn't even hit him. Johnny General Zaw 2.0. Incredible scenes, Calgary. We jump into a game down by 1, and now your Flames are up 3-2. Shane Wright, get that shit out of here. Go get that puck. Go get that puck, Matheson. I got Nemitz and Matheson out there right now. Cole Silly, boom, dangerous pass, but Matheson makes it work. There goes Tej. Off the right side, 1:30 to go. Finds Nemitz. Nemitz. Oh my God, Belche! Belche rings it off the post. In his first game, he almost had a goal and an assist off the post, though. Shane Wright, short side. Dustin Wolf with the save. We can always trust on Dustin. Man, Ethan Belche. Ethan Belche. Brother, I'm sorry for not playing you earlier in your career. This guy wants to show off, man. Shot off the post. Hit the back of the goaltender. Look at that. Oh my God! I think it hit. I think it hit both posts. Hang on, because it bounced off that side. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. I think it went off both posts. Ethan Belche walks in. That's crazy. Denied his first NHL goal by what? A millimeter? Ding, ding, off the back of. It's right there. Oh, he almost hit 3 posts. He almost hit 3 posts on 1 shot. Iron, goalie, iron. That is hilarious, man. As we have a defensive zone face-off. Brady win it. Oh, Berkeley Catton, he can win face-offs. Riker Evans. Adam Larson's shot, man, that just whistled wide. Oh, get down there. Get down there, Svetch. Get down there. Nice try. That's going to be an icing against your Calgary Flames. Come on, boys. 1 minute at a time here. Look at Ethan Belche. He's all over it. Why the fuck do we care what Booty is saying? Jeez, he's getting instant replays of just torching Shane Wright. I can't watch this too many times. Welcome to the NHL, kid. He's huge. Look how many replays this guy's getting. The game loves him. I love him. And then bang, bang. What a move by Cole Silly. All right.
Wait.
Oh, man, they're tired. They're tired. Here we go, man. Here we go. Defensive zone face-off. If we can win it, we can maybe get up the ice. Brady Mears. Face-off won by Brady. Oh, but it's a turnover. Adam Larson slap shot. Dustin Wolf with a big save. Dangerous stuff right there. Seattle Kraken pushing back, trying to tie this game up with 1:03 left here in the third. Come on now. Brady, win that puck straight back. Freaking Mackenzie Weegar get it and find Cale Makar. He will wheels that thing right out of there. There you go. Find Cale. Find Cale. There it is. There it is. Andre, what are you going to do? I'm going to tell him to shoot. I'm just going to tell him to shoot. I don't want to lose it right now. We're up by 1. That's kind of my new move. I know you might not like it, but I'd rather be the team that gets the turnover at the blue line and counterattacks. Kyo Gorodov, or whatever his name is, as they're pulling their goalie. McCann on the backhand, and Dustin Wolf forced into another save. Jesus. All right, I'm going with it. Cole Sillinger, this is what I got you for, buddy, all right? Face off, and then I got Ethan Belche out there and Tej Ginla. Dustin Wolf is making the saves. Cole Silly, beautiful face-off, man. Tej, go get it, Tej. Go get it, Tej. Oh, Tej Iginla misses the net just by a foot. Iginla, backhand floaty. All right, Mitch Marner. What was that?
Can't refill.
Jeez,
Cool.
there it is. There it is. Cole Sillinger. He gets a hat trick in his first game with the Calgary Flames. Take that, Tate McRae. Woohoo! Cole Silly. His first game with Calgary gets a hat trick. I cannot believe what I'm witnessing on the freaking empty net. Who created that? Was that Tej? It was Tej. That was awesome, man. Johnny, what did Tate do? I don't know, man. You guys are telling me storylines. I'm just rolling with it. I don't even know. Furcus. Oh, there's 20 seconds left. Oh, damn. Let's go, Warrior. Makar. What a break. Andre. Fucking hell. You know what? He may not simulate great for goal scoring. I see why. That shot was terrible. Absolutely buns. Oh, my God, Svechnikov. Gonna find Makar. Hubert. Goal! Hubert dope right there, shooting it right into Nyman instead of getting another goal. But it doesn't matter because the Calgary Flames storm back in the third, score 3, and defeat the Kraken 4-2. Wow, what a game. All right, Calgary, so that's why we jump into games. You never know, right? You get something crazy like that, all of a sudden you got yourself a storyline, you got highlights that you can use in the intro, shorts. It adds to the overall experience of GM mode, right? So I'm very glad we jumped in. Ooh, look at this, the Winnipeg Jets. Now, actually, please, Zane Parekh, be playing, right? Imagine they just got him scratched still. There's that Stanley Cup winning first line. Morrissey, Pionk, Peak, Frage. Oh, God. What is it with this game and playing young guy? He's your second best D-man. I gotta understand not play. Zane Parekh, 87 overall. Hang on a sec. There's a few other players that we can do here. The Islanders, right? What about the Islanders? Yep, there it is. Matthew Schaefer, third line. What the fuck? EA Sports, what the hell, man? What the hell? I just played like a PC hockey simulator game made by one dude, and it's got better best lines than you guys. And what about Boston, right? Boston with Landon DuPont. Oh my God. The first overall pick, Landon DuPont, has yet to play a single game since with the Everett or the what was it, Everett Silver Tips or some shit in the WHL. Didn't play last year at all, and now is getting scratched again by Boston. Wow, man. And Haggins is scratched too. Wow, the AI really know how to develop talent in NHL 26, don't they? Now, I want to jump into this game as well, but not the playoff simulation. So if we're just doing a quick simulation, I just want to see how it goes. First period, beautiful. Mures and Svech and Mures, first line. Second period, beautiful. Mures, two. He got 4. Oh, yes! And third period, all right, that's what I like to see. Artemi Panarin scores. The Calgary Flames doing well. So you know what? If you've got a good thing going, you don't break it up, right? We're going to be going to January 1st in this video, so don't worry about it. But I would love to see how long we can get this winning streak going. First period, beautiful. Michael Backlund, captain. Second period, 2-2. Radish and Miller tying up that game. Third period, and bang, it's over. Just like that. Lafreniere and Bjorkstrand. All right, so we're not going to go on some crazy winning streak or anything. Now, I did want to be very active with the line changes, but to me, a real-time sim is not the same as the quick sim here, right? So we're going to just try it here. We're going to go up against the Carolina Hurricanes. Svechnikov facing his old team. Advance the day. Let's see what happens here. Simon Nemec has been injured with a sprained ankle. Estimated return October 28th. That's not going to be that long. I'll just replace the player. That's going to be a shootout loss. Yeah, we're going to make a change here, all right? So we're going to go to edit lines, and we are going to get Boudens out of there, and we're going to get Basha in there, all right? Andrew Basha, you're getting the first chance to play, and then Kiviharu already getting a chance to play. So Basha, what can you do up against the Philadelphia Flyers here? A 2-1 win, or a 2-1 loss in a shootout to the Carolina Hurricanes. A 4-3 win over the Philadelphia Flyers right there. Perfect. Keep on going up against the Edmonton Oilers. The Battle of Alberta. We win that one 3-2. And this is essentially what I'm going to be doing, right? So Simon Nemec is back. Nemec absolutely has to get into the lineup. But by doing that, we can take a look at Kiviharu and just see what he's done so far. Just trying to take a look at their stats and see if I can find anything. Kiviharu, not bad. What about Muse? Essentially the same, so that's fine. So I will get you out of there for Nemec, and let's see what I got with Basha down here. Basha's a -2, so we're going to take Basha out. We're going to put Curtis Boudin right back in. All right, so let's keep on going here. Up against the Toronto Maple Leafs. We've got 2 more games before the end of the month. A 5-1 win over the Leafs. We are 5-1-1 to start. It's a good start, right? But a 3-game losing streak gets you right back down to earth. We haven't played enough games just yet. Last game of the month up against the Utah Mammoth. And that's a 5-1 loss. So let's take a look at some of these stats here. You're not going to be able to tell much, right? So goals for per game. Yeah, that's the problem. We could be scoring a lot more goals for per game. We're at 2.88. Goals against per game. Look at that, man. Gee, San Jose below 2 goals against per game. What's our power play looking like? Power play, because this is the thing, 12% on the power. That scares me. Power play is scaring me. Penalty kill, 88. That's really good. All right, so not much to take away from there. What about the players? Anybody who's a ridiculous minus right now? Uyghur and Makar. So maybe I could split them up. Point-wise, Cole Silly, great job. I mean, he did have the hat trick in the very first game. Hey, look at that. My 2 guys that I acquired are leading. Brady Muir's got 5 goals. Tisha Ginla, he's got himself 6 points. Jonathan Huberdeau's got 6 assists. Nice. So I don't think I need to make too many line changes here, but I do want to have some coaching conversations to get the chemistry set, right? So Huberdeau's good, Mears is good, Svechnikov. We got to get Svechnikov going. We got to get Sillinger and Ethan Belche going, Shane Pinto, Connor Zeri. So let me take care of this. And game is saved. So let's simulate up to the next one. We got back-to-back up against Washington and the San Jose Sharks. A first game up against the Capitals, a 5-3 loss. Now I'm going to start to get a little bit active here, okay? So I'm going to leave those lines the same way. Boudin, you're going to get out for Basha. Captain Backlund, I'm going to take you out for Monahan. I'm going to give Monahan a chance here. And we're going to take Coronado out for Boudin's, all right? A +2. We're going to see how that plays out. And Muse, you're going to be out of there now for Kivi Harju. So I'm going to be very active on the lines. That way we can accumulate as much information and see which players are actually simulating well for us, right? Next up, man, the San Jose Sharks 5-1-1. We've lost 2 in a row right now. And we're going to be losing 3 in a row. Interesting. Trying to find a way. I'm going to go again with these lines up against the Montreal Canadiens. I told you it was way too early. That shootout line. Ugh, frustrating times right here. I'm going to go back to the line changes. This is what we experienced last season, right? So, Ethan Belche, how you doing? You're still... don't really have too many points. So I'm going to move Ethan Belche down the lineup for Basha here. Going to give Basha the chance. Boudin, you can stay in there. Actually, Boudin, you're going to come out for Coronado again. Boudin, yeah, you can stay off. Monahan, how did you do? That was all right. And defensively, I'm going to go back with Mackenzie Uyghur on the first line. Doesn't seem like it was working. Kivi Harju, you're out of there. We're going to try to re-engage the +4 with Muse, all right? So there are some more changes here. We're just going to see if we can find anything. Up against the Colorado Avalanche, they're 2-7-2. We lost in a shootout again after starting the season 5-1-1. My God, man, what is going on? 0-3-2 since that point. Up against the Kraken. Let's see what we got here. A shootout win. So we are not scoring goals. That's 100% a fact. We just cannot get the puck in the net. But we got to win, so let's keep on going. Up against the Vegas Golden Knights. What the fuck? Losing 1-0 and overtime. Dustin Wolf is doing his best. He needs some freaking help. Oh, man, we're not scoring goals. We are not scoring goals, man. Svechnikov. All right, so let's see what this line... that Svechnikov, Muir's line, they're doing fine. I don't really want to break that up. Jonathan Huberdeau not scoring goals. Basha, all right, so we're going to get Basha out of there. We're going to move Jake Neighbors up. Basha, going to take you out for Curtis Boudin, Belche. There you go. So I got Coronado, Monahan. I'm going to take Monahan out for our captain once again. There it is. And defensively, I'm going to take what's Matheson's stats? Here, +2. I'm going to take Matheson out of here, and I'm going to give it to Kivi Harju, all right? So now we're going to play Muse and Kivi Harju. Uyghur and Makar still on the first line. Can we get a little bit of heat going here and score some goals? Up against the Utah Mammoth, we're 30th in the NHL for goal. We're not scoring! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The season started so well. We had that great moment in overtime, and the comeback in the third, I should say, not overtime. And now look what's happening, man. Up against the Minnesota Wilds. Come on, guys. There you go. Shootout. We can't win in regulation. When is the last time we won in regulation? 7-5-4. Let's get on a heater here. Let's get on a heater here. There you go. 2 in a row. That's what I like to see. Keep it going. Got to keep these lines going now. Up against the New Jersey Devils. They're below 500. Keep it going, Calgary. Keep it going. There it is. All right. This is what I like. like to see. So we're a streaky-ass team, right? If I can find the right combination, we can just get some wins, get ourselves out on front of the division. Right now, holy shit, the Canucks are 15-2-1. They've checked out on front. All right, so there might only be 2-3 this year if the Canucks keep on playing like that. Up against the New York Islanders, we got a good roll, so keep on going. 5 to beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Whatever lineups we got right now, I want you guys to remember this for me. This is almost like the best lineup that we've been able to find. Jake Neighbors on the second line, Belche third line, Boudin in there, Monahan, Matheson out. That has changed it. We take out the veteran Matheson. Kibby Haru is a -6. What the fuck? That's not good, buddy. And you know what? I want to take out Kibby Haru for Matheson, but because we're winning games, if I lose one more, that's the change I'm making, all right? Up against the Buffalo Sabres. Let's see, a 4-2 loss. I'm making that change right now. I should have done it, but then if we lost, then it would have been like, Johnny ruined it. He should have just left that guy in there, so I had to do it my way. Kibby Haru out of there. Kibby Haru out of there for Matheson, all right? So just a quick change right there. And we continue the sim. We got one more before the end of November. Up against the Tampa Bay Lightning. We are now at December 1st. Jeez, man. A streaky-ass team are your Calgary Flames. So let me get a save in there, and let's see if we can find the reason why we are not winning. I think it's the lack of offense. It might be the power play, right? It might be the power play. So team stats, we're going to dive into this. We're just going to look at our division, right? So goals for per game, we're dead last in our division for goals for per game. This is where I made a gigantic mistake. I thought Brady Mears and Tija Ginla would be higher, ready to go. We are not scoring goals. That's a major problem. Goals against per game, we are 4th best in our division. It means it needs to be better. It needs to be way better. Power play percentage here. We got a power play of 16.1, so power play is like 5v5 offense ain't there this year for us. Penalty kill percentage, 83.8. Jeez, the stats are just not where I thought they would be. Player stats, let's take a look at this. Forwards, everyone's going to be a minus. Cole Sillinger leading my team. Huberdeau with 14 points. Svechnikov with 13 points. Brady Mears, I mean, he's on pace for like a 40-goal season. Tej is not scoring. Tej is not scoring goals, man. That is not enough. I needed Tej to be like a 30-goal scorer this year. Curtis Boudin has got 6 goals in 16 games played. Shane Pinto is a -4. Connor Zary is a -4. Ethan Belche is still that +3. A -7 for Jake Neighbors. 2 points in 21 games played. What the fuck? I am getting the worst. Maybe I built my team so defensive that just the game will not give me offense now because I'm too overpowered. Cale Makar is still doing his thing. Mackenzie Weegar's having a good season. Goaltender. That's not right. The game is manipulating the sim to make sure that I lose. We're such a good defensive team, but now I can't score? Since when? Oh, bullshit game. Bullshit. That is, okay. Tej with a 4.5% shooting percentage, Johnny. Oh my God. Just can't fight it. Just can't fight that voodoo. All right, so how can we make this a little bit better? I like the first line. I think the first line is fine. Colsilli, Neighbors, you know what? I'm going to go back with Ethan Belche on that second line. Let's see if that +4 can help out a little bit. Shane Pinto, Zary, and Neighbors. Boudins, Backlund. I'm going to get Backlund out of there and get Monahan in there. And Coronado, you know, I'm going to get Boudins out of there and get Basha going. Let's see if we can get Basha and Coronado to get some offense on that fourth line. Weegar and Makar, they've got to stay together. Nemitz, Muse. Yeah, these are the ones, man. Muse, let me take you out for Kibby Haru, all right? Really, man. Power play. Let me see here. Colsilli, Mures, Iginla. I mean, I got shooters. I got you. The only thing I can think of is take Cole Sillinger out of there. You got your +5. No, that should be good enough. Pinto, Belche, maybe Ethan Belche on the power. Yeah, Ethan Belche on the power play is not getting it done. So I'm going to take him out of there. We're going to put Jake Neighbors in. Just an 85 upgrade. We're gonna, we didn't actually lose anything to the chemistry. So Jake Neighbors now goes in there to stand down the middle of the ice in the bumper position, all right? Penalty kill. I think I have a problem on the third with Basha. Yeah, don't want Basha in there. So I'm going to give Ethan Belche a chance on penalty killing because he's got X factors. You got that +2 going in there now, okay? Goaltenders, Dustin Wolf. I need offense. We need offense. I might have to stop this thing. Okay, so there are the changes. Let's quickly take a look around the NHL and see if I can find myself a goal scorer that is available, right? I'm not saying I'd make a trade right now, but just somebody who can give me some goal scoring, because this is a bad start to the sim. The great defensively, like we're getting it from our goaltender, but Govic, we know he doesn't really get that many points, right? Jonathan Drouin, 87. I don't know about that. Gabriel Landeskog, 79. Gosha Spears Severson, nope. Looking for a savior. Tony D'Angelo bringing another offensive defenseman. Sawyer, Roslovic, Jonathan Marchessault, Timo Meyer, like another power forward. No, I need like a sniper. I need like a bona fide goal scorer. Somebody like Travis Sanheim, Frost. I can get a defender. I don't know if I want that. Ristolainen, Joseph, Montour, Stevenson. No, don't need any of them there. Pareko, nope. Toronto, no. Barrett Hayton, Kerfoot, no. Vancouver, they're willing to trade away even with that record. Berard, no. Washington, Barbashev, what are you, buddy? Power forward? You're not going to get me offense. Now, that's the same as anything that we have. I need somebody that really is just heads and shoulders. There's nobody available. So Calgary, we're just going to have to make it work with this team. All right, let's bear down and make this month mean something, all right? I've got to win some games. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 13. We got 13 games this month. We got to win like 8 of them, all right? I want to win like 8 of these games and try to stay out on front. So I am going to help the simulation out a little bit. Whoa. Manually, what happened? Someone get injured or someone came back from injury? Backlund, Boudin, Muse. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay, we're good. I'm going to jump in to these games just to see if I can get a little bit of momentum going with the real-time simulation. All right, first period. Come on. 1-1. Demidov and Kiviharu a shorthanded goal. Second period. Yes. Tej, Kale, and Ethan. Come on, third period, get it done. And that's a win over the Montreal Canadiens. I need a few of these games right now. I need to get these real-time simulations going my way, man. All these wins matter so much. Up against the Ottawa Senators. They're 8-12-3. Come on. First period. That's what I like to see. Short-handed goal for Neighbors. Back-to-back shorties in back-to-back games, man. Second period. Yeah, Tej, Matheson. Beautiful. There's another win. So it's interesting, isn't it? I built my team for this, for the playoff simulation. And it seems like we do keep the puck out of the net, and we can actually find a way to score a few more goals this way. When I do the other simulation, whoo, we get smoked. First period, 2-1. Mackenzie Weegar and Simon Nemitz. Second period, look at how. Now all of a sudden, now 7 goals. Man, I should just do the simulation like this every single time. This is awesome. Let's go. Andrei Svechnikov has been injured with a strained hammy. Estimated return December 19th. Okay, so that one is going to hurt us. I have to do line changes. I have to do some line changes, but really like that record now, 13-7-4. That's given us a little bit of breathing room, right? John, you're cheesing the system. Shut the hell up, money on YouTube. I'm freaking trying to win here, brother. All right, so Curtis Boudin, yeah, you're going to go in. Muse, you know what? Curtis Boudin, it's your job on the first line, all right? Let's see what you can do. I'll jump in for another one. I don't care. I got to get this team into the playoffs. Jesus Christ. Cheese in the system. First period. All right, I'll take that. Defensive. Second period. Oh, no. Cole, against your old team. Let's go, buddy. Big third period. Fuck. As we get shut out. That's the second time we've gotten beat 1-0 this season, man. Where's the offense? Got 7 goals the game before. Curtis Boudin, that wasn't it. All right, let me try a quick regular season simulation up against the Dallas Stars, shall we? Oh, a 5-2. Oh, cheese in the system, huh? Maybe we just needed to get the right players out there up against the New York Rangers. Come on, keep the wins coming. 7-1. Hell yes. It's happening. It's happening. I don't know if I made the right changes. Jake Neighbors to the second line. Ethan Belche back to the second line. Don't know. Anaheim. Oh, God. Oh, my goodness. It's the Anaheim Ducks. Let's see what their lineup looks like. Gavin McKenna, first line. Please don't break my jaw. Who's on the who's on the bench? Helson, Radish, and Cormier. All right, so we got Gavin McKenna. Here we go. So I will jump into the Gavin McKenna game for sure, man. This is going to be a team that we're going to run into in the playoffs if they can get their shit together. They got all these young players, man. First period. Beautiful. Second period. Ooh. Third period. Yeah, buddy. Yes. Get these wins. I was so scared. I was so scared, but we've given ourselves at least a nice little run here in this month. Svechnikov, you are back, brother, but Boudin is doing good work up there, so I'm just going to keep going until we lose one. 5-4 victory. You're staying off, Svechnikov. Pierre-Olivier Joseph. No, I don't want it to claim you. I got a full team right now. San Jose Sharks, I'm just advancing. Curtis Boudin, first line. Okay, 8-3. Now it's time to change. That's a bad loss. It's a very bad loss. Boudin, what did you do up there, bud? Boudin has himself 7 goals in 22 games played. Maybe he's a shooter. Maybe he shoots the puck. Doesn't really. Shooting percentages is unbelievable. They're just going in for him. Okay. All right, Curtis. But you know what's cool about this style of simulation? Every one of our younger players are getting a chance to perform, right? So Boudin's is back off. I'm going to get Boudin back in there for Basha. Boudin over Basha right now for sure. Kibby, how are you? I'm going to switch you out for Muse. All right, we got the loss. Keep on getting these younger players a chance to get some ice time. And we'll get to the end of the month of December. Up against the Detroit Red Wings. Good team. 19-10-3. And we beat the baby. That's what I like to see. How did the Avalanche turn it? They were like 2-7-2. Now they're 17-11-2. Fuck, Nathan McKinnon, what are you on? Okay, Kale McCarr up against his old team. They're gonna smoke us. Yep, 3-1. They were gonna smoke us. And we got the LA. Hell no. No. Hang on. I remember the LA Kings every single year, man. In the system. Where are you? Curtis Douglas, get your ass up here. All right, Curtis Douglas, get your ass up here. I need somebody who can go down and doesn't clear waivers, right? So hang on. It's going to be Muse. All right. No, it's going to be Kivi Haryu. There you go. So Kivi Haryu and Douglas, they're going to switch positions. No waivers. Beautiful. Go to edit lines now. Just wish it was quicker, man. It's so goddamn slow. Kivi Haryu, there you go, buddy. Third line center. Get it done. All right, get it done. And up here in the NHL, Ethan Belche, you've had a good chance, but actually, no, you're a big guy. You can play. You know what, Matt Coronado, you're out of there, bud. Too soft for this game. It's going to be big old Curtis Douglas getting a chance to protect us against the LA Kings, all right? And I'm jumping into this game as well. Curtis Douglas beat the crap out of him. I want to see you having 25 minutes of penalties at the end of this game. First period. Fucking hell. Adrian Kempe. Second period. Yeah. Muse and Mures. My M's. My third period. Yes. My M's. Muse, and McCarr. We got some good M's over here in Calgary, man. Away stats. Let me see. What'd you do, Douglas? He played 7 minutes. He had 1 shot on net. No penalty minutes. But he was just chirping them. He was scaring the shit out of them, right? Anytime we play the LA Kings, Douglas has got to get in there. And now I got to go back and do all this micromanaging. All right, Matt Coronado back in there. We got the game with Curtis Douglas. Whoa. Oh, Douglas. There you go. Third line center. Get him right back in there for the AHL. Switch back now to the NHL. We got the win over the LA Kings. Sim to the next game. We got the Battle of Alberta and to end the month of December. Come on. One more win. Give me 20-10-4. We've won 7 of our last 10. Awesome. Give me one more win. Battle of Alberta. One more win. Battle of 3-0 loss. All right. So, good news and bad news, right? The good news is obviously we are in a position to make a move. We've caught up to the Vancouver Canucks almost halfway through the season, and even if we go on a little bit of a losing streak, it's not like we're below 500 right now trying to make our way back up there. Let me get a quick save in there before I start talking about this stuff, because I always get a little bit paranoid. I wanted to have a better regular season, but still 19-11-4, I will take that. Now, let's dive into the team stats once again. Let's see if we can find anything just within our division, all right? So I want you guys to go nuts in the comment section. The goals for per game is on its way back up. The fact that it's at 297 means that it's probably been above 3 in the last month. We've just been bringing it back, right? So goals for is good now. I'm fine with that. Goals against per game, second best. Real good. The stats are coming around, baby. The stats are coming around. Power play percentage. Look at our power play as well. How do the Vegas Golden Knights have 132 power play? You son of a bitch game. I'm telling you right now, the game is cheating. The game realizes I have the most defensive juggernaut of the squad ever, so it's doing everything in its power to stop me from scoring, to keep it balanced. Now what they're doing is they're not giving me power play. If I go to the entire fucking league here, right? If I go to the entire league and I go to total power plays, right? Vegas has got 1/3. Who's the least power play, or the team with the least amount of power plays? I'm bottom 6. Well, there you go. You want more offense? Give me 20 more power plays. There's, what, like 4 more goals, right? Ridiculous. So, the referees are... I mean, I'm such an aggressive team. How would I not have more power plays than that? Whatever. Whatever. Penalty kill percentage. It is the top 7 in the NHL. I love our stats. I do. When we're winning, they're looking good. And I think what I said at the beginning of the video, the lack of goal scoring, that's the biggest problem, right? But the young guys are on their way. So let's see. Oh, great. Huberdeau is almost point per game. He's going to get the 40 or 50 assists, which will make him even better. Cole Sillinger, I'm very happy with that. You don't need to be point per game Berkeley Catton, Shane Wright. You don't have to be 90 overall. You just have to be 60 points. If you can get me 60 points, 20 goals, I'm very happy. Brady Mears looks like he's going to be on pace for 35 goals in the year. Tej Ginla, maybe he starts to score a little bit. I wanted Tej to get 10 power play goals. He's only got 2, so that's probably not going to happen. Svechnikov is doing his thing. Boudins, Pinto, Coronado, Belche. But you know what? I want to see something here. Let me go all the way over to this screen, right? If I go to hits, yeah, Brady Mears throws the most body checks. This guy's a beast. Cole Sillinger throws the body. Svechnikov throws the body. Belche, Neighbors, Zeri, Boudin, Tej. Look how many body checkers I got. It's Huberdeau, Basha, Backlund, Coronado, Pinto, and Monahan that are not throwing the body. So this is a rough team, man. Takeaways for days on this team. I'm loving this squad. For that defense and the goaltending, like, I've never built my team this way. Defensively, let's see what we got. Kale, you're doing God's work. 35 points plus 6. Oh, yeah, that is a big reason why we're simulating so well. This is why I got this guy, man. He's 30. He's in his prime. Hopefully he stays this way for at least 4 more years, and we just ride Kale McCarr throughout the regular season. Holy shit. Holy crap, a 930 save percentage for my starting goalie in the regular season. You guys wanted the Vezina. He might be on it, man. That is crazy, that save percentage. Let's take a look around the entire league, shall we? All the goalies, Kosa, kiss my ass. He's got a 929. All right, it's Kosa. Thatcher Demko is in there. Vasilevsky, Bobrovsky. We just got to get the wins. Wolf has got the save percentage. We just got to get the wins for him, man. Forwards. Let's see what we got. Brendan Hagel is leading the league in points by 6. What? I guess that line of Braden Point, Hagel, and Kucherov is just unbelievable. Pasternak, Draisaitl, there's Matty Beniers. Might have been the pickup that you guys all wanted, right? Might have been a good idea. Austin Matthews, yeah, bullshit. Those days are way past them. Assists, Willie's in there. McDavid nowhere near the top. Plus, minus, yeah, Tampa Bay is just going off this year. There's nothing you can do about it. Defensively, any chance for the Norris? Quinn Hughes has got 40. Rasmus Dahlin, 39. Kale McCarr, he's chasing down that Norris. You never know, but he's clearly in third with the point totals and the plus minus the way it is. And last but not least, you guys wanted Ethan Belche, right? Who is this guy? Roman Kantsarov. Oh man, he's a created player. He's 83 overall now. You got Seamus Casey on the New Jersey Devils. And actually, Curtis Boudin is ahead of, where is he? Ethan Belche. He's only got 9 points. So I don't know if Ethan Belche is going to win Rookie of the Year, but he already won the heart and mind and the souls of all the Calgary Flame fans that saw that very first appearance, game number 1, opening night. It was his freaking moment. It was unbelievable. So there it is, Calgary. Year number 4 underway, and I like what I see, but I need you all to go nuts in the comment section. What could we do? What should we do? What should be our strategy at this year's trade deadline? Let me know. I don't know when the next stream is going to be with the Olympics coming up, but I will remind you guys a day or 2 before I go live with it. So thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Drop a like. Help a brother out. And I will see you all next time.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Fortunate here. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing the Copycat Tactical Nuke Challenge. So basically, we're going to run out, die 4 times, and steal the first person's class that kills me. Use their class to drop a nuke. We're going to have some fun with this. We're going to see what type of classes people are using today. If you guys do enjoy, drop a like. Subscribe if you guys are brand new. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Time to run out 3 times or 4 times, whatever it is for Copycat. And yeah, then we'll get the damn Copycat. Go ahead, kill me. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, man. I wonder what guns or what classes we will be receiving when we use Copycat here. It will be quite interesting, and honestly, I'm just hoping for something decent, not one-man army danger close, but if it is one-man army danger close, then I will have some fun, for sure. Turn around, turn around, turn around. He's running in circles, bro. Oh, that was funny. Wait, the next guy that kills me, where are you at? He's calling something in over here. What is he calling in? I think he's calling in a stealth bomber. Stealing his class. M4 red dot sight, USP tac knife, sleight of hand, stopping power, steady aim. All right, honestly, we can work with this. We can definitely work with this. It just doesn't have a ton of ammo. Wait. Oh, he is right here. Hold up. Thank you very much. I'm not sure that the sleight of hand is going to benefit us too much because we kind of need the ammo, but looks like we will be using the tac knife as well and our frag grenade. All right. Oh no. I think he's up top actually, that guy. Oh, we actually have something going with this class here, which is rather nice. The teammate with the UAV is kind of clutch too. Oh, I lived, but I think there's one more. Get our frag grenade ready. Oh, he's up top. He just fell. Oh, the nade hit him, but he didn't die. Painkiller. Hold up. Fall back. Fall back. We're at 3,300, though. Nice. We got a Harriers. Let's go, dude. A very basic M4 class, but it's kind of cooking right now. You use a USP once using the tac knife. That was it. Hold on, bro. What is going on here? We might need to use it later on if the Harriers go down or don't get a lot of kills. Hold up. That's 1. That's 2. Wait, when did I get goated kill streaks for once? Holy crap. I'm going under here, calling in this chopper gunner. Let's get it, baby. Come on. Thermal chopper gunner for sub base. Let's see if we can get some kills with this without getting blown up. Started the game 0-5 to get my damn Copycat. Looks like most of them are running inside. I don't know. Oh my gosh, bro. My Harrier. Need them to spawn outside. Okay, hold on. There's a guy right here. Guy in this window. All right. The chopper gunner's taking me on a hike, and they're also shooting me down. So I need to get as many kills as quickly as possible real quick. Nice. Come on, keep it going, keep it going. Let's go. One more over here? Somewhere. I don't know. Back here. I think that might have been the guy with the stinger. Hold up, this chopper gunner is actually turning into goated. Let's go, dude. Oh my gosh. Yo, I'm not even capping to you guys. This was actually a lot of fun, and I did this relatively quickly, so I'm gonna see how many more times I can do this. I think I'll end up actually going for a couple more with the Copycat, because it is actually really fun to just use other people's classes and try and get a nuke with it. But that was actually really quick. Okay, of course I died. This was the same guy in the same class I stole, man. That is hilarious. He ends my streak. Oh, how ironic. Oh my gosh, dude. I gotta call this in. I gotta call this in. I'm gonna throw a flashbang too. I legit did not get 1 kill with the USP. Okay. And then he killed me again. But you know what? I did get all of the kills and 1 with a tac knife. I will absolutely take that. And somehow a nuke on sub base. And I got that kill with the MP5 right there too.
I think I've just found the most controversial account on TikTok, but it's not for the reasons you might think.
Have you been dying to ride Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey at Universal's Islands of Adventure, but you weren't sure if you'd fit? Have you ever worried about fitting in a non-traditional bed at a Disney World resort? Have you been dying to ride Expedition Everest at Disney World's Animal Kingdom?
These are the plus size park hoppers, and they are a group that get a lot of love from the plus size community, but they also get a lot of hate from just about everyone else. From people telling them to lose weight, that this should be a wake up call, awful, and honestly a lot of the time just flat out bullying. I wanted to take a look at their account and their goals, and although there are some positives, I do think they're spreading a pretty dangerous message with their content, which isn't obvious at first glance. Now, they started their account back in 2023, and the group initially started posting to TikTok sharing their special moments from the trip to Disney. The content only got a few thousand views at most and had nothing to do with their weight at first, but after getting questions about how they were able to go to the parks being plus size, the group started to post tips and tricks videos to TikTok, like what were the best shoes to wear and outfits to wear when being their size.
Hi everyone, we're plus size park hoppers, and as plus size girlies, we definitely know the importance of good footwear. Our biggest tip is to switch it up every day. So here are our personal favorite shoes for those long days in the park.
But now you'll recognize their most famous content, If I Fit, I Sit, which focuses on sharing videos of all 5 group members trying out the ride seating and checking that they fit.
Have you been dying to ride Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey at Universal's Islands of Adventure, but you weren't sure if you'd fit? Are you worried about fitting on rides at Universal's Epic Universe?
And it's not just the park rides, but the seats inside of park restaurants too.
Have you been dying to eat at Tutorial Al Forno at Disney World's Boardwalk, but you weren't sure if you'd fit? The seating options here are a mixture of tables with chairs, half booths, and bigger booths as well. We were seated at a bigger booth with a chair at the end. The chair did have arms, so we did ask to replace it. Overall, we found the booth pretty comfortable and roomy enough for the 6 of us.
And before we really get into the video, I want to start by saying that I genuinely think all these girls come across as lovely and genuine people. I think they really make an effort to produce helpful content and probably don't deserve a lot of the mean comments that they get. The point of this video isn't to bully or harass the girls, it's to talk about the effects of normalizing and even promoting obesity. Between Instagram and TikTok, they've amassed nearly 500,000 followers, so clearly there's people out there finding their content entertaining and useful. But the normalization of obesity is something we're seeing more and more on social media, and their content really makes me ask myself, where do we draw the line? How can we decide when we need to stop accommodating obesity and start promoting a healthier lifestyle and better eating habits? With the rise of fast food replacing healthy eating and obesity rates climbing year after year, society's already had to make a lot of accommodations for morbidly obese people, as we're just genuinely getting bigger. There are larger versions of pretty much everything now, often referred to as bariatric equipment in the medical field, like bigger wheelchairs, bigger hospital beds, and even bigger MRI and CT scanners. In everyday life, new furniture is being produced with increased weight capacity and reinforced materials to help obese people feel more comfortable and safe. And for people like the plus size park hoppers, accessible seating has already been created for rides, featuring a larger seat and a bigger seat belt. The park hoppers range in sizes from 2XL to 5XL, detailing their exact measurements so viewers at home can compare their sizes with the girls to see if they'd be able to fit on the rides that they do.
The seat on the left is slightly larger and is considered the modified seat. The safety mechanism here is an over-the-shoulder restraint that does need to get to a certain position to lock. Ashley wears a size 5X and unfortunately was not able to fit in the modified seat, so she was unable to ride this one. Katie wears a size 3X. Despite being able to fit in the seat, she was unable to get the green light on the chest restraint. My name is Stephanie and I wear a size 2X. I was able to fit in the seat comfortably and got the green light on the chest restraint.
When the seating for the ride has already been modified and they've already made accommodations for the obese people and someone still doesn't fit, what then? In the comments on these videos, some people complain that we aren't being accommodating enough. Poor Ashley, it's so disappointing in 2026 that rides are still inaccessible in these ways. I appreciate y'all. It's so unfair, the lack of size inclusivity in this park. They need more body inclusive rides. I'm so shocked that sometimes a 2XL didn't fit. There are so many different body types and a 2XL is becoming more common. Why haven't they made more accessible rides? Sorry y'all didn't get the ride. And by the way, 2XL becoming more and more common isn't a good thing. But the rides have already made the larger seats for larger guests that are almost double the size of a normal seat. If accommodations have already been made, genuinely, what is the next step? How big are the seats supposed to get to allow morbidly obese people to ride them?
A thrilling roller coaster with 2 different seating types. One is a motorbike and the other is a sidecar. They have a test seat out front, which we highly recommend trying before getting in line. The safety mechanism for this ride is a lap bar that does need to get into a certain position to lock. Katie wears a size 22 pants and has 65-inch hips. She was not able to get the green light on either the motorbike or the sidecar. I am wearing the purple shirt and the gray shorts, and I am a size 20 with 60-inch hips. steps. I was not able to get the green light on the sidecar, even with Katie trying to push down on the lap bar for me. I also tried to push down on the lap bar for Katie, but that did not get the green light either. For the motorbike seat, you do need to step over the bike in order to sit down. So keep that in mind if you have trouble lifting your legs. I did try the motorbike seat and did not get the green light at first, but after Katie pushed down, I was able to get that green light. I personally find the motorbike seat roomier and comfier than the sidecar. There is also a leg restraint that goes over your shins, which can be uncomfortable. Even though I was able to fit in the bike seat, the line for this ride was too long, so neither of us ended up riding.
Taking into account the design of a roller coaster, it's probably impossible to build a ride to accommodate this. The carts of the coaster run across thin metal tracks that can only support so much weight. If they're overloaded, they could risk breaking and lead to serious injuries. Plus, it just wouldn't be safe to build a ride that accommodates both obese people and smaller people like children because of the weight balance needed for the rides. Look, I'm no engineer, but I can imagine it's already a nightmare getting these rides to be safe. Never mind having to worry about whether your ride can withstand adding thousands of pounds worth of body weight. Like I said before, people are heavier than they used to be. One or two obese people on a ride probably wouldn't make a difference, but a ride full of massively overweight people sounds extremely dangerous, and people want this so we don't hurt people's feelings. When watching the videos too, you will notice how disappointed the girls look when they don't get the green light on the test seats, meaning that they can't go on the ride that they want to go on.
There is a test seat available for this ride located to the left of the attraction's entrance. These seats are molded with a divider that goes between your legs. The safety mechanism is an over-the-shoulder chest restraint that does need to get to a certain position to lock. Ashley wears a size 5X and unfortunately was not able to get the green light for this ride. Katie wears a size 3X, and not only did she find the seat to be very uncomfortable, she was not able to get the green light. My name is Stephanie and I wear a size 2X. I was also not able to get the green light on this ride.
After 3 of the girls couldn't get the green light to go on the ride, they all just looked really disappointed. Clearly, they're all obsessed with Disney. Some have even dressed them up as characters, and they aren't able to go on the majority of the rides at the park due to their size. The idea of test seats too is pretty crazy, to be honest. We've normalized obesity to the point where we have to anticipate and accommodate for it. I'm not really into theme parks, but I've been to a few, and I've never once seen a test seat in the UK. So maybe it's just a USA thing, but the idea of someone being too fat to ride just seems so foreign. Even when they go to restaurants at the park, they have to specifically request not to be seated at booths or on chairs with arms as they won't fit. Where possible, they even book ahead of time, specifically requesting the table and chairs to make sure that they are specifically reserved for them.
Some of the seating here does have arms, but there are also booths and tables with chairs without arms. In this episode of If I Fit, I Sit, we had dinner at Lamplight Lounge. There are stairs to go down to the dining area, but there's also an elevator if needed. There's both indoor and outdoor seating here. Most of the chairs do have arms, but there is some seating outside without arms. If you'd prefer a chair without arms, don't hesitate to ask a cast member.
Ultimately, asking for a more comfortable chair isn't a crime, and they do deserve to feel comfortable. But when accommodations have already been made, like having a standard chair with no arms, and the seats are still uncomfortable, I don't see how this isn't a wake-up call for them. The park hoppers are spending so much money on the tickets and spending days at different parks, and they have put so much time and effort into making sure that they can enjoy themselves because their weight limits their ability so much. Ashley is the largest member of the group, being 5XL, and after watching the majority of their videos, I just couldn't find a
It's recovering.
Hello, legends. Last month I covered the Blindfold Cheetah World game. who over the course of 11 years racked up millions and millions of views by faking blindfold completions in Geometry Dash. Personally, I had never heard of World Game, or even knew about his existence before he was exposed. But given that I have a pretty good understanding of blindfolded competition, I think I would have immediately found his videos very suspicious just because of the way he went about things. His entire shtick was so obviously fake and contrived. However, World Game's method of faking his runs was really smart. Well, smart isn't the right word. A more apt description would be unnecessarily convoluted. World Game used masking to cover up the screen with different footage, and he even masked his hand, which is crazy. I don't think I've seen someone try to cheat in this particular way before. However, all of this was unnecessary. The exact same effect could have been done without any masking at all, and he could have cheated in a way that for all intents and purposes would have been impossible to spot. First of all, he was not even using a proper blindfold. For all we know, he could see straight through it. And second of all, because he isn't wearing a proper sleep mask or proper blindfold, there are huge gaps on either side of his nose. This would easily allow him to see him anything down below or to the side. So all he would have to do is plug in an extra monitor, put it on the floor down here out of camera frame, and use it to play. If he did use this method, there would be no need for masking at all, neither for the screen nor his hand, as he could just record a real run where he is actually playing because he could see. And honestly, while no blindfolded competitor would take his videos seriously, because again, his blindfold is practically useless, it would basically be impossible to prove he was cheating. And clearly the general public didn't seem to care that his videos were obviously fake. His videos would essentially look exactly the same, but without the mistakes that ultimately got him caught. If someone like me watched his videos, they would say, well, this is obviously fake, because blindfolded players don't do this stupidly long song and dance before every attempt. But most people would think nothing of it. I was shocked when I saw how many views this guy was getting. Millions of views for every completion. There are real blindfold specialists doing amazing things without the use of their eyes, and they get a tiny fraction of the amount of views. Is there something special about Geometry Dash that equates to huge views if you do it blindfolded?
Yes,
I have no
people
idea.
love that
But there was
game,
one man
and there's a
who
lot of
saw
brand
World
people
Games
on
channel
the
and
planet.
thought, you know what, I reckon I could do that. And by golly, he did. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Blind Dasher. Before jumping into his videos, clearly he has taken a little bit of inspiration from World Game for his thumbnails. Dare I say it, he may have even straight up copied them.
I'm seeing double here. 4 crusties.
But it's the subtle things that makes World Game the far superior product. In the thumbnails, World Game went out of his way to change the progress bar from normal mode to closed eyes mode. And he made that alteration very prominent by zooming in on the text, while Blind Dasher just put the original screen as the background. This is lazy. If you are going to copy the thumbnail, at least put some real effort into it. I mean, the hardest part, actually using some creativity has already been done for you. Maybe change it to blindfold mode or something. It could be the most predictable change ever, but at least it would be something. Everything else was copied as much as possible. For instance, changing the color of the blindfold. He even wore different caps. So maybe he thought wearing a cap was the secret ingredient that would really take his thumbnails to the next level. But anyways, let's get into his videos, starting with level 1. Though first, I need to let you know that I have started making videos on my second channel. I've wanted a second channel for years, where I can make videos on topics without having to spend weeks investigating or worrying about view counts. So if you do want more content, please make sure to go and subscribe. The link will be in the description.
Here's the beast. Cannot take that which is not yours. Like wish. Tide moves in our favor.
Oh boy, we are not off to a good start here. As I said in my video on World Game, these theatrics are a very strong indicator of cheating. They aren't 100% proof of anything, but things are already not looking good. Bruh, I can literally see straight through that blindfold. If even I can see straight through your blindfold from here, then you can certainly see straight through it if you put it up to your eyes. Now, this is your first fake video, so I'm going to forgive you for making such a huge blunder, but I certainly hope to see a more convincing blindfold in future videos. And just for some advice, I would certainly recommend a darker fabric which looks far more legitimate. Now in this case, it's immediately apparent that Blind Dasher is really playing the game. There is no masking, no pre-recorded video, all of his clicks on the mouse line up with his gameplay, but the flying section is where his disgusting ignorance of blindfolded technique is exposed. This is really, really bad. Even World Game, with all of his video editing fakery, had at least some basic understanding of what you need to do when playing blindfolded. One of the things that makes Blind Geometry Dash so hard are the flying sections. When you are just a cube, the only thing you have to worry about is timing your click. You don't have to worry about up or down. It's very simple. But when you're flying, things become extremely complex, because now you need to know exactly where you are on the screen on the vertical axis on top of where you are on the horizontal axis. This is no longer an instance where you just need to time a click. You need to figure out some way to keep track of how high you are on the screen without any feedback. It's very similar to the way Queen Pwnsalot showed her ignorance in Monster Hunter. She would not use the lock-on feature, and would instead manually look up and down, tracking the monster's head perfectly, which is impossible. There is just no way to know where you are aiming on the vertical axis, which is why players use the lock-on feature. Otherwise, they just end up looking straight up or straight down. Locking on is the exact tool we need in Monster Hunter, but in Geometry Dash, we have no such feature. So in Geometry Dash, we need to figure out a way to know with precision exactly where we are. And this is a well-established technique in blindfolded runs called normalization. I will let the legend himself, Bubsia, explain what normalization is.
Technique number 2. Normalization. Normalization is one of the most important and frequently used blindfolded speedrunning techniques. There is not really a fixed definition for this term, but what it means in context of blindfolded speedruns is a fixed way to do the same action every time with the same result. We mostly differ between two main kinds of normalization: normalized movement and normalized positions. Now to normalized positions. These are positions in a game that we can identify with 100% confidence and use to locate our current position. Mostly, these are corners in rooms or special objects that you can get stuck on.
In Geometry Dash, there is a way to know exactly where you are on the vertical axis, and that is by going all the way up to the roof or coming all the way down to the floor. The roof and the floor provide natural barriers that you can safely, at least in the first few levels, run up against. And that is why when you watch legitimate blindfold runners, you'll see them use the roof and the floor as much as possible. And even a cheater like World Game knew this basic concept. So on his level 1 video, while it is fake, he did at least implement the use of normalization. He used the roof and the floor as much as he could to make it look believable. But the eventual problem with normalization is that after a few levels, it becomes functionally impossible to do because the roof and the floor get replaced with terrain that instantly kills you as soon as you touch it. So this technique of normalization becomes unusable, and therefore people can no longer complete these levels. Which is why only 4 levels have ever been legitimately beaten blindfolded. And when you watch World Game complete the more difficult levels, his flying sections just become stupidly unfeasible. But this is not out of ignorance. It's just not a strategy you can use for many levels, because of the way the game was designed. As levels progress, the safety of the roof and the floor just completely disappears. Blind Dasher, on the other hand, he just doesn't give a fuck. Straight from level 1, the level where normalization is the easiest, he just ignores the concept completely and flies the ship as if he can see. At this point, I don't even need to prove anything. The way he's playing the game is just not possible. Let's move on to level 2. Are you serious? You don't even need to pause the video to realize light is going straight through that blindfold. This is honestly the worst fake blindfold I have ever seen. Well, actually, that's probably not true. Queen Pwn's one was also pretty bad, but this one is pretty shockingly terrible too.